everybody, welcome back to Northernlion, plays Binding of Isaac Afterbirth, plus very little left to do. Lost as Delirium is the last, well, it's not the lost, it's the last, hahaha, but ZSFE TK92, only in Rainbow Six Siege casual mode will you see TKs of that magnitude. What I'm trying to say is, we're very, very close to having fulfilled all of the to-do list on paper for unlocking 1,001% on this save file. We still have other things that are not on paper. They're etched on limestone tablets set adrift in the Red Sea in the 6th century BCE. Like, for example, hey, don't forget, you gotta make sure that you go get $1 from the slot machine, even though it's annoying as heck. Hey, don't forget to get Skatol. That's another good one that's irrelevant except for getting completion. But apart from that, and apart from getting the dedication achievement, excuse me, sir, which is 31 dailies in a row? Well, not in a row any longer. Here's the real seed. You can figure it out. It's the real seed. Don't kill me twice. Kill me once, shame on friggin' me, dude. Kill me twice, shame on you. Again. Fool me 3 times. Look who we got our shames on now. I am gonna take Monstro's Lung. It's a good damage dealing item. You know, I've often said in my career as a neurologist, the human brain is trained to look for patterns, even where none exist. So you're probably looking at this right off the bat here, and you're going, oh, this isn't gonna be a great episode for gameplay, and L's in a silly mood. I didn't think that I was in a silly mood until I started the Isaac episode. You ever have that happen? Like, probably not specifically in an Isaac context, but, you know, you leave the house in the morning and you're like, I feel normal. And then you get in a conversation with somebody and you're like, you know what? Actually, I'm grumpy. I didn't realize until just now. I thought I was living a normal life, but I'm responding to you in a fashion that indicates I am so grump for whatever reason. That's what I got going on here. I didn't think I was in a silly mood. I thought I was in a normal mood. Let's try to strike a balance between silly and normal. These are all different pills, so it's scary, but I'll take it anyway. Yeah, it's not that bad. I was told that you can't get a bad trip pill as the Lost. It's out of the pill rotation, so I can stop worrying about getting a bad trip pill like in a curse room that could ruin our run, for example. You can also stop worrying about grenades now. It's true, I've been playing a lot of Rainbow Six Siege. I think that is a very good video game. You know, a lot of video games age like milk. Not the movie Milk, which I've never seen it, but as I understand it, it was nominated for Best Picture, so it was probably like reasonably good. But you know, you play a game in 2015, 2 years later you play it again. The opposite of this is like if you have nostalgia for it, you go, oh my god, it's a classic. But oftentimes you play it 2 years later, 3 years later, and you go, ah, it wasn't that good. Siege is like the exact opposite. They've been working hard on it. Not hardly working. And they've created an exceptional service. Where, you know, it'll cost you your life savings to get new operators, but you're kind of like, you know what, maybe it's worth it. So I can get this sweet cellular phone calling technology of the new Korean operator Dokebi. Regardless, we gotta fight Delirium on this run. As I always say during the preamble, the best way for us to fight Delirium from a gameplay standpoint, to have like the best chance, is to not take the Hush path. But unfortunately, the Hush path is also the only path that is guaranteed to get to Delirium, so we're kinda caught between a rock and a hard place. I think if we can fight Hush, we want to fight Hush. If we can't fight Hush, maybe we'll have a happy accident, and we'll be thrilled to just get to the Delirium fight any other way if possible. You know what, let's be weird. I know that, I know you're probably like one step ahead of you. No, let's be weird. We can try to make a deal with the Angel run work. On paper, a deal with the Angel is actually much, much worse as the Lost, because the deals with the devil tend to be stronger, and we would also be getting them for free. However, when you give me my shadow right off the bat, which is a deal with the devil that can't even work with the Lost, because we're fundamentally incapable of taking damage, and even if we got, like, Dull Eraser, who freaking cares? Yeah, that's good enough. Maybe that, you know, it triggers something in my brain, and it says, hey, the game's not respecting you, let's try to forge our own path. Let's try to call it another lonely day, another lonely day. You guys, rumors. It's all true. Han Solo voice. We're playing an NLSS docket here. He's very amenable today. That's like a very easy docket construction. It's always nice when that happens. People make fun of us for it. And it is collaborative. I mean, I was gonna say they make fun of me, but we all, myself, Nick, Rob, Austin, you know, anybody involved in docket construction any given day gets made fun of for the way that we construct an NLSS docket. They often come together at the last minute, and that's true. That's annoying. But at the same time, you know, we're 3 different people. It's hard 3 times a week to find, or 4 different people. It's hard to find 3 games that, you know, fit the style of the show, and that we all like, and that we all, most of the time, have not played recently enough to kind of be sick of it. So, I'm pleased that we got one working today, and it's got some novel stuff on it. You're gonna say, what is it? Well, you'll just have to go back in time, probably like 10 days to find out, mister. You know what? I am okay not going through that room, I think. We got a kind of a bad run. We're able to kill things, basically because Monstro's Lung is awesome. You gotta peep this. It's a joke card. I mean, Bogo Bombs is just not good enough. For 7 cents, even. I'm happy with the Joker card, though. If we could use that to leverage ourselves on this floor. I don't really want to get key pieces, but I guess we might as well try if we get a deal with the Angel and we have a bomb. So let's not waste bombs willy-nilly unnecessarily. Like, I don't want to insult the caliber of this run right now, but it's essentially true that right now Monstro's Lung is the only valuable item we have. There is... You know, you're gonna say, what about Nod Leaf? Well, Nod Leaf is amazing, but not right now. You know, we don't have anything that really enables Nod Leaf to do any damage, so most of the time we're just gonna find ourselves caught in like a holding pattern where we can't do any damage to any enemies, they can't do damage to us, so we just choose when to take damage and end our run. Had it happen, I wouldn't say many times before, but wouldn't be the first time. Lover's card, aka complete garbage right now. Don't say it to be rude, just literally provides us with 0 benefit. Dark Bum then provides us with even less than 0 benefit because we took a deal with the devil to make it happen. Friends till the end is fine. I was hoping for a live bomb, but I guess it's actually just better to have a not live bomb. We're doing fine on keys, so I don't feel the need to take that. I'd rather keep our speed a little bit higher, even if it is, like, literally a little bit higher. Can reroll all consumables on the ground, and I'll probably do so. Trying to get to something better. Okay, pay to win. There's a justification here now, I think. An Algiz rune is exceptional, but a Joker card is more valuable right now than Lazarus Rags. We'll take it, even though we don't want to, you know, really use it here. Why Joker over Algiz? Well, we could always take Algiz out of this floor if we end up using Joker. And Joker is also a teleport card, so it serves a defensive purpose. There's methodology here. They both have considerable value. Algiz is much, much better later. You might only get 1 Algiz rune per run, so... I also do need to point out, you know, we want to go fast, but we also have a real chance here to make something great happen on this run. You know, we have enough money to get good stuff from our shop. Or at least look for good stuff. And we have the bombs necessary to mill and try to find that good stuff. We've got a curse room we have not yet gone to. We do want to leave here. I don't think we, again, I say that we go off on this tangent every time. We don't need to make boss rush. But making boss rush is a good indicator, relatively representative indicator, that we'll be able to fight Hush. So I'm not going to stress out about missing boss rush. Where I will start to sweat it a little bit, with, you know, within the context of being able to guarantee to get to Hush and thus Delirium, is if we miss boss rush and we're going real slow. You know, we need to look not only at the distance traveled, but also our speed. It's a big old floor. And that went pretty well, and that's extremely good with Nod Leaf. So actually, we're not even close to being behind schedule now that I've finally realized 20 minutes in here that we're on an XL floor. A Nick Van Exel floor. That's right, I played NBA courtside in 1998. We did get a deal with the Angel. I need a fire rate increase. This is decent. I don't remember what any of these do. Glyph of Balance. I think I've looked up Glyph of Balance 100 times. Stay away. We will succeed. Just don't touch the keyboard. Alright, hold up here. Glyph of Balance. Isaac. Passive collectible. Grants 2 soul hearts, modifies drop from champion enemies based on certain conditions. So it guarantees certain drops from enemies? From champions, I should say. This item is detrimental for the Lost, as he's always considered to be at half a soul heart. All champion drops are replaced with soul hearts, which are useless to him. Fantastic. It's actually not that bad. The badness of this item only applies when there is a champion enemy, which there is immediately. Okay. I mean, that stinks a little bit, so we won't get other consumables from champions. That's probably not enough to unbalance this run very much. Moreover, our other item was Breath of Life, which I maintain is just garbage. Like, well, in a perfect world scenario, if you train in a hyperbaric time chamber for 8,500 hours, you can actually get to the point where you could save half a heart every single run using Breath of Life. Wow, more power to you, Son Goku. But I ain't about that kind of lifestyle. I think we stick with our Joker card. Sack Dagger was a 10 out of 10 pickup here. We definitely do want to go back to our shop, and we have time. We want to be out of this floor by 13 minutes. And just hold back. Nice. Just want to avoid putting ourselves in a position where we can take damage. We took damage early using Sack Dagger, like an idiot. And now we're paying the price. We have obliterated the opposition while looking for our last item room here. Excuse me, sir? No, we found both item rooms. Disregard, I am acting a fool. Why would you ever do that? We do still want to go to the cursed room. It's essentially free. And we do still want to go to the shop because we got so much money right now. Wow. You know what? I don't like this room anymore. Mostly because I'm stupid. I stand by it. The loss of the Joker card hurts. But you know what? What's a narrative without a certain sense of conflict? Man versus man's own desire to self-destruct by being a little silly here. The dice room has our Algiz rune, so we do want that. And then back here, we want to go to our shop. There was Pandora's box, which is immediately good. I think I'll just use it. I don't care about BOGO bombs. I do care about tarot cloth. It is probably good to stick with the D4. I'm gonna be a little silly. Range down. Friends till the end. Something's wrong. Not good pills. Alright. With tarot cloth and Algiz becomes amazing. I think despite the fact that we're we're actually gonna be like exactly on par for time to make boss rush, that is. First off, I don't really have a big interest in playing boss rush on this run, but secondly, I think we're a little bit slow. We're slower than a run should be at this point to have a good chance to make it to Hush. So we're relying is not the right word, but very much hoping to get some high-octane offensive items. It turns out Glyph of Balance is not going to be an appropriate choice, as much as I wish that it were. So Magic Mush right here. Well, you gotta try. Anyway, we're out. Like I said, pretty much exactly right on schedule. We can use Sack Dagger to speed us up, and as much as you might disagree, it's actually the right decision in rooms where it's safe. The real skill check is going to be making sure that we're only using it on rooms that are safe. Which is harder than you'd think. We're very lucky in a couple of ways. One of them is that despite our damage being base damage, we're way ahead of the curve on DPS because of the fact that Monstro's Lung consolidates all that damage into, you know, one single burst that basically craps on an enemy. So that's working out well for us. What's not working out well for us is essentially all of our stats being at base. Probably a secret room. Just trying to... Rush is the wrong word. I'm just trying to make sure I'm doing things in an expedited and efficient fashion. Any opportunity to get two birds stoned at once is a perfect option for us. You know, if we could use a bomb, kill enemies, then it also might find the secret room with a reasonable degree of realistic chance. Absolutely. Barring that, though, you know, Sack Dagger, where appropriate. We really, even if I could defer my damage upgrades that I want to get one floor, and you just give me a speed upgrade instead, I would be very pleased. Telepathy for Dummies is better than the D4 here. Varicose Veins is useless. We got a lot of useless or even detrimental items as a lost here. It's useless because we can't take damage to trigger Varicose Veins. And it also doesn't contribute to any kind of transformation or anything like that. Small rock, please. Getting a little desperate for some kind of improvement here. Really good chance of a deal with the devil or angel. And again, as much as I might talk a big game about deals with the angel, if a deal with the devil shows up and it's decent, sign me up. Remote detonator. It's only 5 bombs, but, you know, at least it's not a completely useless pickup there. I figure on a lost run, you gotta roll the dice. You know, you don't go to the roulette table. Well, I'm gonna accept that I'm probably gonna lose, but try to minimize my losses. Actually, that's probably like the healthiest way you could conceivably gamble. It's very much my gambling philosophy is like, I want to make $100 last as long as possible. It's like a marathon. But anyway, the point remains, I don't think that's how you play the Lost. I think you gotta swing for the fences. No damage done. Okay, if you insist. We hit him. This might take a minute. Good. There's our boss fight. We continue to be about exactly on schedule. Just terrible dodging, dude. What are you thinking? Don't be afraid to shoot over the rocks, as long as you have a good chance to land some. I knew it. I knew he was going. We lived, but don't get cocky. We're playing kind of badly. Superman plays bad. The album by Michael Jackson. You play badly. Well, I go out on a limb and say we're probably not going to get a speed upgrade from Gish. We're actually going to be a little behind schedule. We're going to deal with the Angel for something that we don't even know what it freaking is. Come on, man! I don't know which one of these you end up taking. What do you like? I like top right. Top right's going to be my item of choice today. Hey, thank you. Get out of jail free. I don't think that does what we want it to do. Eden Soul! Thoughts arrive like butterflies. That's decent. You might think I'm a little bit more excited. But yeah, it's decent. So the thing with Eden Soul is we don't really need to pop it until we have a better option. So we could hold it until we get to a room that's more likely to give us a payout we're looking for. Like a Deal with the Angel, for example, to get 2 extra Deal with the Angel items out of 1 Deal with the Angel item. They have to be decent for the payout to be worth it, but, you know, essentially we're investing labor and getting some profit out of it eventually. Rooms like this are ideal. Easy enemies, they die in a couple of hits. There's a feel-good story in this run right now, and the feel-good story on this run is that the stats that we have are actually horrible, more or less. And I'd stand by that. If you look at this on paper, like, all these stats are pretty bad, except luck, which is above average. But the run is still good because of what essentially amounts to intangibles, you know? Sack Dagger, amazing. Monstro's Lung, helping us get whatever we can out of the limited damage we have. And then decent play. I'll admit I'm playing a little fast and loose. We got more spirit arts than you can shake a stick at. Thanks to Glyph of Balance, but we're kind of doing it. It would be a great floor to be rewarded and get some kind of super payout from a Deal with the Devil, plus Eden Soul. Or a Deal with the Angel, plus Eden Soul. I'll take what I can get. Parasitoid. That's a good item. It's the first time I think I've said that in a couple of floors here, like right out of the box. We don't need anything to enable Parasitoid tiers. Those are just going to be decent. Now, if our damage were better, I'd be a little bit more excited. But, you know, Rome wasn't built in a day. Couple of luck upgrades, not against it. Ace of Clubs, very much against it. I don't know, if we focus, we might have a chance here. We'll pop this down. Dude, I'm begging you for small rock. I know you're gonna hook me up eventually. So obviously, like, the elephant in the room right now is that we are behind schedule with respect to boss rush. We're just not going to be able to make it, short of getting somehow a Mama Mega or something along those lines. That's okay. We still, I think we've now sped up. All we need is one potential deal with any sort of corporeal, heavenly, or otherwise being. So we're gonna wait on it. I don't think it's worth getting 2 boss items here unless we think that we're for sure gonna die, and I definitely do not think we're for sure gonna die. These enemies, we probably don't want to be messing around here. Very happy to have Algiz, by the way. Because it's feel good. Oh. Please. Tarot cloth. I almost super died. Oh my god, I forgot about that. Okay, we got... You could use Algiz for it, but I don't think it's worth it. We finally got the speed upgrade we've been craving for so long. We also got adrenaline to go along with it. Like, we almost got spun from one room alone. But a little bit of a silly risk to take there, in the whole scheme of things. We won't get killed on that room. Why are some of our tiers exploding? I thought varicose veins was when you get hit, is it not? Maybe it isn't. You know what I didn't really consider on this run is that we still... I mean, even if we make it to the Hush fight, we gotta kill Hush. How on earth are we gonna make that happen with any sort of reliability? The Algiz rune helps. I suppose being able to stand still and use Sack Dagger helps, but it could take 20 years for us to enable it.
Oh my god. I went to the neighbor's apartment.
Yeah. You went to the wrong apartment?
Yeah. I went to the neighbor's apartment, like, I wasn't looking, I was looking at the letter. It's my ID.
Okay.
And then I opened the door, and there was a freaking neighbors. And I was like, oh my god, and I was like, I'm sorry. And then, isn't that crazy?
Yeah, I mean, we've only lived here for like 3 years, so. Like, it's. What? She karate chopped me on the neck. As if I changed the apartment number. I'm sorry you walked into the wrong apartment. Were they decent? Alright, I popped Algiz. I thought I heard some voices outside. And I was like, oh, it must be, you know, neighbors having a conversation. It was an accidental home invasion situation. I did have to use Algiz. I'm displeased by this. That Algiz rune was kind of an important part of the process here. We do have a really good chance of a deal. And the art thereof. So we don't need the bombs. What we need is focus. This is a run. We're definitely in the inhospitable zone. Like this is not... We'll save that in case we do respawn as Lazarus, but this is not where you want to be on a run like this. Blood Clot helps very little. Ah, but here... I mean, sadly... I think you kind of look at this... I love the mind, don't get me wrong, but I think you look at this and you go, Halo. That's the best of 6 angel deals we got there. Plus, Seraphim, which is, like, exactly okay. This late in the... Early in the game, Seraphim is like, hey, would you like me to kill any enemy for you in 2 hits? You gotta go. Now we're kind of... Oh, we gulped, what was that trinket? It wasn't our speed upgrade anymore. We replaced it with something else. I can't recall now. I was actually hoping for a full run reroll. Gotta admit, our rate of fire is very, very solid right now. We've got a genuine chance. doing enough damage to get, like, parasitoid tears to really pop? Come on. You know, the Guppy Dream does not exist for us. Shoop the Whoop would be the actual enabler we would love right now. Okay, well, never mind then. I don't know, I'm just like, I'm looking at the run, and I just don't see how we would beat Hush in a timely enough fashion. I guess we just owe it to ourselves to at least try, because we can always stand still if things start to go terribly wrong. And just endeavor to not take any damage or hope to get an Algiz rune at some point. Please don't be... I mean, Curse of the Tower, I guess, is irrelevant. Bob's Curse! Come on, man. We needed, like, a Guppy's Head or something. The other thing is, if we can't beat Hush, you know, how do we hope to beat Delirium? The answer to that question is actually surprisingly simple. You know, we make it to the chest. We have 6 luck. We get a bunch of, No. We get a bunch of items on the chest, and then we use those items after we beat Blue Baby, and he gives us a chance to fight Delirium. But a chance to kill Delirium, I should say, if we make it to Delirium in the first place. The money is nice. I don't think we have a problem making it to the Blue Womb. As well. Well, before we get too despondent here, we still have to beat Mom's Heart, which, depending on where enemies spawn, can be a little annoying in its own right. Then we got a 33% chance. We did not get a deal. We could go straight. Don't think that this is rushing. This is actually the right play, because we only have to kill Delirium. We don't have to kill Hush. We would have gotten 2 or 3 items of, you know... Oh, you idiot. Of potential usefulness. But now we only need maybe 2 runes. Plus we'll get all the items that we can conceivably get before fighting Hush here. Or Delirium here. This is absolutely the right call. And I'm amazed and thrilled that we were given the opportunity to just go straight to the Delirium fight, which is now giving me hope. That's a really low percentage roll. I think it's like 15%. That could be Delirium, as far as we know. Should probably stop running into enemies, huh? I think it could have still been Delirium there. Well, if we're looking at this, the most likely to be Delirium is this one on the left, I think. Mr. Mega is, for our purposes, more or less useless right now. Literally just went through this fight, so we should be relatively well practiced. White Feather? It's actually pretty good. Sorry, Crack the Sky for the purists out there. It's pretty good. Probably don't need it on bosses. More likely to use it on rooms. Bosses are large hitboxes, which allows us to enable Monstro's Lung plus Parasitoid Tears to do, you know, what it was born to do. We got Butt Bombs. Not particularly strong. So that is 3 boss fights that haven't really propelled us too far. You think we could literally just stand still on the Delirium fight and come out ahead? I worry that my sanity would erode. Being able to hold 2 spacebar items. I still think that that is probably Delirium. So I'm going to endeavor to stay away from him for the time being. Might not be. So the health upgrade, that was a lazy and bad play. Because we do still have Lazarus Rags. If we die, we'll respawn as Lazarus. We might like to have a health upgrade. It probably won't matter, but there's a chance that it could give us you know, a red heart on the room somewhere that we could use to heal up, so I'm kind of... It's a bit of a lazy play, but we are getting into, like... Well, excuse me, Professor, well, technically Martin Luther's name was actually Martin Heuven when he placed the screed on the... birthed the Protestant movement on the Church of King Arthur. You know, like, we're getting a little too into the nitty-gritty. I think we need to focus on the big picture stuff. That's my 2 cents. I love how I got Crack the Sky, said it was good, never used it. If anything, as much as this illustrates something wrong with the cognitive potential of my brain, it also indicates that the run is quite strong. You know, if we have a good if we have a good spacebar item that we don't even feel compelled to use, it's almost complimentary, even if it is a little foolish. And dude, Parasitoid Tears, Monstro's Lung, good rate of fire is... I guess time will tell if it's good enough, but for right now, it feels good. I'm begging you for another boss corridor, please. That could also be Hush. In fact, I think... You know, there's no way to say, I guess, with authority whether it's more or less likely to be Hush than the other room that also completely makes it plausible, but... It feels Hushy. That's all I'm saying. This does not feel as... sorry, Delirium-y. Every time. All these Bullet Sponge bosses are the same, dude. Little Steven, now that's going to be what puts us over the top. And at this point, I think we accept all the available boss rooms can be Delirium, so... I don't want to open the fight by standing still. I would much prefer to do as much damage as possible before we start standing still. Because, honestly, the majority of our damage is going to come from our tears. No lasers, please. And also, I don't even know what's... Oh, we got a laser up there. We got to get it. Thank you, Fly. Also, our flies and spiders. Like, those are the big money makers for us right now. And I also hold out hope that we could get lucky. I think there might be another laser. We can get lucky, and if we land... Oh, no, we got hit. If we land a big Monstro's Lung shot, it could just kill an enemy. This is what we want right here, is enemies that stay very close to us. Oh, my lord. It's not as slow as you might expect, honestly. It's not fast. But it's not ridiculously slow. By the way, at this point in my Isaac career, I have essentially no negative emotions surrounding this. There's so much cheesy stuff in this game that, you know, if they want to force me into a situation where I can stand still to beat the hardest boss in the game with one of the hardest characters to beat it with, more power to me as far as I'm concerned. So we're looking for an enemy that'll jump on us. Just looking for an enemy that'll jump on us. This doesn't count. Enemy's gotta come closer. Thank you, that's perfect. And then, after stomping a couple of times, or being an angel right next to us, Delirium should spawn on top of you if we get really lucky. Or Delirium should spawn on top of us, I should say. Yeah, jump on me. Thank you, sir. This is like the perfect enemy. You're not tanky, you're fast, and you want to be over here. You're like the worst enemy. You're also very bad. And in fact, you having existed once means we probably should never move again, if that was even a question to begin with. Why do I say that? Well, there might be lasers here. We haven't seen any fire yet, but maybe it's because I'm not a valid target, you know? I can wait. I can wait with the best of them. Here we go. No, don't get reset. Come on. This guy tries to close distance. There we go. Or create distance. This guy closes the distance. Perfect. No, you're like a millimeter away. All I ask. All I ask. Could you please just get a little closer? Oh, if only we had taken 12 one makes you larger pills, you'd be in trouble, mister. There's damage. I'm in the beggars can't be choosers, dude. I'm happy to have done any damage right there. Mom's foot, please. Mom's foot, please. Polycephalus, acceptable, but please don't change into another enemy at literally the last possible moment. Yes, but stay there. Oh, we're gonna do damage for about a quarter of a second. Here we go. You are a piece of garbage. Come back. I showed you my nod leaf. Please respond. I yield. Just give me something. I'm over here, you know, watching grass grow. That was really good. The enemy, I think, like, we've done half the damage, and the other half of the damage is the enemy shooting exploding bullets and then walking into them. But I'm not really in a position to be, like, upset about that. Thank you for using 20 attacks when my knife was just in the slightly wrong direction. I really appreciate it. Yep. Is it just, it gets over to you, it touches you, and then it says, you know what, I'd rather be an enemy that flies really far away really quickly. Hope you enjoy this screen. This video is going to be about 4 megabytes. We've got essentially a static image for the final 10 minutes. Mom's foot, please. Mom's foot. That's close, but no cigar. Mom's foot is a good boss for us. Polycephalus can be good. As soon as it touches us, it becomes fistula. It's like hard-coded. Don't. Thank God it doesn't work. We would have to be stupid to move at this point. But I am extremely tempted to do so. I can't. Oh, we did some real damage. Stay still. You don't stay still for long enough. Here we go. Good. Please. Any bit of... That was a really good wave. We had like a pretty substantial period there where enemies were close to us and getting hit. It's still happening. No, see you later. Come back! You kidding me? Every time I hear the foot and the foot doesn't come down, an angel loses its wings. You're doing it. You're doing it. Please. Just like a couple more jumps. So close to tasting the greatness. The foot! We shouldn't move until after the death animation is long complete as well. Scares me. Let's go. Let's go again. No, we did hit a gurgling there, though, which is pretty conducive towards eventually succeeding in the year 2045. We've done it. Well, that sucked. Don't you dare die to the spiders. Wow, that run really didn't have much business beating Delirium. We got the Holy card, though. And Godhead. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If you did, click the like button. It helps out a great deal. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. For now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.